Hi all. I'm just doing an alternator repair on my Discovery 2 again. Well, it was a second-hand one, so perhaps a year was not too bad. Anyway, I'm going to have to get another one. This one's gone again. How do I know it's gone? Because the battery went flat. It doesn't tell you it's failed, it just, the light checks on as usual, then it goes out, and then it looks fine, but it's not. Anyway, the battery went flat, I've recharged that. We started taking the alternator out. It's year 2000, so it's a 10p engine. The 15p engine might be slightly different, I don't know. I haven't got a 15p, I've only got a 10p, which is probably what it's worth. Right, so we'll look at the alternator. The alternator is down there, look. Alright, so I've already started by taking off the vacuum pipe, which is it's connected down there, but I've cheated, I've taken it off at the servo end. There's just a big rubber bung there and a little one will take off there, and then it will come straight out. I've removed the oil feed pipe, which is there, but I've taken that off out of the head because there's not a lot of room down there. Right, I've also got a couple of spanners. I'm going to take the fan off. Apparently you don't have to, but I bought some spanners from eBay, 20 quid, so I'm going to use them. Right. Right. Those go over there like that. Can you see that? That one goes there, and you simply go. Oh, right, so that's all there is to it. Take those off. Jingling and jingling. I've already taken the fan belt off. That's easy enough, it's just a spanner on the idle tensioner. Just wind it back. There we go. That's the fan. My greatest fan. And now we can get rid of this bloody silly shroud. Like so. Okay, that's that. And all of a sudden we've got acres of room. Now we can see all sorts. Okay. Right, that's clearly the vacuum pipe, which we've dealt with already. The oil return pipe is there. My fingers, hang on a minute. Which is there. Okay. Now you're supposed to use some oil pipe removing tool, but I haven't got one. So I like pincers, and I'm wondering if it might just pull off. A bit of a clean up. Not that there's any sign of any oil, of course. Oil on the Land Rover engine, that would be stupid. And the mounting bolt for the alternator is underneath. I believe it's a Torx. Now the top one is there, which I've already removed the bolts. Let's see where am I? Now, so that's the top bolt. I'm not sure if that one goes all the way through to the rear. If it does, we'll off him. Alright, and I just need to undo that. This is a bit of a way sticking through the radiator. It's the wrong way around. So I'm going to give that a try. I'm hoping when I got the thing loose to be able to get to the electrical connections as well. Put that on there like that. can't come out because of the idler pulley. Alright. So you do have to take the idler pulley off. Okay. Plus, if you've done this before, you'll be laughing. I haven't. I was hoping to pay somebody else to do this, but I can't afford it, so I want to do it myself.
Besides that, the car won't go anywhere.
Yeah. So the alternator went, the battery went flat and that way. But on top of that, it drained. I charged the battery, but it drained it, did the alternator, so I had to disconnect it. Which obviously is one of the first things you do, is disconnect the bloody battery. Okay. I can't see where the mounting bolt is for the idler pulley. It's supposed to be an easy job, is this?
Well, it will be for a mechanic.
Yeah, somebody knows what they're doing. It's funny, I only did this video because I couldn't find one on YouTube for a Discovery 2. Found a Defender, but not a Discovery. Right, managed to get that clip undone, and now the little pipe there, the oil return pipe, is now ready to come off. We still have the problem where I need to remove the idler, which is that thing there, before I can get the bolt out for the alternator. Okay then, so that's the next job. Okay, it would appear the idler is fastened to the block there by that big lump there, and looks like 4 bolts including an earth. Right, so I have to pop those off, and then they're laughing. Okay, I'm going to crack on with that. Right, got the 3 14mm bolts out, but there is a 10mm earth strap in the centre of that bracket, which is rounded off. That's not going to come out. She'll have to remove that from the other end. Right, I've been able to move it forward, so now I can get to the electrical connections at the back and on the side there. And then there's just the earth on that bracket. The bracket's attached to the alternator there. Once you get the oil return pipe off, it just that just pops off. Right, I'm just going to have a go at that bolt there, and the little plastic put behind it, and hopefully it'll come out. Hopefully without damaging the radiator, the new radiator I might add. Okay, right. I have to say that didn't go well. It's out. I've had to move the EGR pipe, which is that bit there, disconnected there and there, and simply pulled out of the way. Had trouble with this plug, which is the back, difficult to come out. Now this is the main power wire, and as you can see, the nut was so tight it sheared clean off. So not happy bunny with that. Also the main earth wire, which is fastened to the bottom of that bracket there, couldn't get that off. Now this fastens here at that point there. I pulled it back a bit to be able to get the wire, get the alternator up. Right, this is it. That's the bracket underneath. That's where the earth wire goes. We've got 3 14mm bolts fastened to the block. That's the one I slacked off to get the. I can't get that out. Oh, it's a nut as well. I didn't know that. There you go. Look. I'll turn that back up. So can't get that out because of the idler. Right, there we go. Still got the vacuum pump attached, so obviously that's what it looks like. Well, so I've got that. I now can get the number off it. I can order a second-hand one off eBay. Right, so that was an awful job. Not happy with that at all. It's not simple. Proper pain. Right, I'm going to have to get that nut off. Now I put a bit of wood in front of the radiator, I think that didn't go through. And that's where we are. Right, so I'll get a new one, or second-hand one ordered, and then we'll put the bugger on. Let's hope it goes on easier than this one came off. Okay, right, that'll do for now. See you in a bit. Sometime later. The new alternator's arrived. It's got some bits on it. It's in virtually the same condition as the one I've taken off. I just need to change some stuff. To get this bolt out, to remove it without disconnecting the entire bracket from the engine, you just have to take the pulley off, which is that bit. You need a star set, and it just comes off in one chunk. I found it easier just to take the whole thing off, but you need to get to that bolt. That's the reason for taking this off. I'm switching these because this one sounds better. After all, we'll just do it when it's simply located with the nuts and the dowel, so you can't go wrong. So I'm going to tighten that back on and disconnect that pipe there, because I've got one already. This one's good. Vacuum pipe. That's the oil pipe. Vacuum pipe is here. That's good. I'm going to remove the earth because I've got one in place already. And of course we'll change the power wire. And that's where we are at the moment, so it's all looking good. That's a new one that's arrived. That's the old one I've taken off. Now at the moment, just had a look on eBay, and there are some rectifier packs you can buy for £18. Probably fits in there. So what I think I'll do is buy one later and then change the broken one I've got, which is here. Now that nut was so tight, it should clean off. New one, old one. So that's knackered anyway. So I might try one of these new rectifier packs. They only fit Denso alternators. They don't fit the ordinary stuff. But these are Denso, so we're laughing. Well, we're not laughing, we're just giggling a little bit. Oh, okay, we're just smirking. Right, I'm going to pop that off, and then we'll start reassembly on the Land Rover. Woohoo! The way to tell is to go into the memory. Let's see if there's a okay. On reflection, undoing the bracket from the block is a rubbish idea. I couldn't personally push the alternator up and fit the bolts, so I had to bodge it. It's supporting from above with a lump of wire through the veins, which I now have to get out.
Excuse me? What? Somebody else besides the lump of wire.
Oh yeah, and of course there's Mrs Moggs. She was invaluable. Right, so we are now at the stage where we've got the oil return pipe returned. We've got the earth, we've got the 3 bolts for the bracket. I need to tighten the main power feed because it was only slack. You can't even see it, never mind blooming tighten it, which is why I undid it when I brought it out. I'm not taking it back off. I'm not going to get this too tight, so I'm going to stop there. Very stupid boot which won't come off. Now won't go back on. Right, so that's the main power. It's got the earth. We've got the little plug in the back. While I'm here, I'm taking stuff out. It's not coming. How do you get it back in? Right. That should fit nice and snugly. Have I got that right? Some connection. The connections here. It goes on. There. Like that. Right, that's the vacuum one. Okay, vacuum's on. The top bracket. Is there, and of course the bottom bolt, which is now hiding below that pipe, which where my finger is, but you can't see this either, and that's the Torx. That's up, like so. That's that done. There's a bit of Torx, look, I think it's a T50. Is that right? So I just need a 10, I think it's a 10mm is that top one. Which is there, like so. That is. Top bracket on 10mm socket. Passing people.
Sorry for the horrible sprogs.
Bracket 10mm bolt at the top. That just leaves the idler pulley. First of all, we'll fasten this back on. That's the oil pipe feed. This screws into the head there.
Onto the head where I've got my dog stuck.
There. Right, so I'll put a new O-ring on. It's difficult to see, so there we go. And it's also tight loose at the bottom, so I'll have to tighten that. That's not a 13. It'll be a 14. That's better. Okay. There's the bottom one. Which of course is smaller, naturally. Right, oil feed pipe on. And what we need to do is fasten that clip. Look, that's on the oil return pipe. This is where a nice piece of pliers, a nice pair of pliers come in. I haven't got any pliers. I'm going to use a different tool.
No pliers, eh?
No pliers. Yep, only. And that's it, I think. It's tight enough, I'll be surprised. Right, so that's everything. Just the idler pulley and the EGR to put back. Put the dowel in there. So that should go in there like that. I don't know if you can see because I can't. Yes, exciting, isn't it?
Sorry about that.
Oh, I understand. Right then, that's the star screw on the tensioner replaced and the tensioner. So, I'm going to pop the fan belt on. Round there, like that. That goes underneath, isn't it? That should go around there, is that correct?
I don't know because I can't see.
That looks pretty damn good. Right. What we have to do...
I'm hoping I was pointing that in the right direction because all I can see is your armpit.
Nice. Actually, judging by the cracks in this, is that a crack?
Don't know.
Oh, that's a nasty crack, is that? Oh, that baby there.
I don't know, I can't see your armpit.
That's going to last a few minutes, isn't it? What I'll have to do for now, we haven't got a spare. I don't think.
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
That crack out. Need a new belt on. Did I get one? Oh no, I got one for fusion. 7PK, I'll record it. 7PK 1801. 7PK 1801. Okay, now at this point, you need to grab a spanner. I think it's this one. And then wind that out of the way. Like so. Right, fan belt on. You just wind the tensioner back with a spanner. I'm going to have to change the belt in the future because that one's knackered. Oh, this one's knackered. It's all in line. I'm sure it's the right way around. Alright, so that just leaves. I'll tell you what, I'll put the EGR pipe back. Now, it would have been just as easy to remove it completely, just a couple of Allen screws either at the other end, but I'm losing interest rapidly. I need to come around there. Let's go. Clamp on it. Like so. Which expands. Right, so now, somewhere, there we are, maybe a 10mm bolt, if I can put it somewhere more accessible. Is there anywhere more accessible? Right, people complain about Land Rovers breaking down a lot, which they do. There's 176,000 on this one. It's had an awful lot of stuff. But, just to put things in perspective, we've got a Ford Fusion 1.4 TDCI.
This little baby. That's our spare one.
And There's 146,000 on it, so it's fairly high mileage. And we've had to replace both front discs and pads, both rear drums and shoes, obviously with bearings, both rear shocks, EGR valve, EGR again, clutch, timing belt, and oh yes, the good old leak-off pipes, the fuel leak-off pipes. So they're a proper barrel of laughs. So we spent hundreds on this, and it's just as unreliable as the Land Rover. So the Land Rovers are no more unreliable than anything else. I don't know why we expect them to be, but they're just okay. They're fine. There's none of that. That's my take on it. So that's a little 1.4. It's 6 years younger. I've got 146,000 on it, but you know, we put hundreds in it. It's broken down as much as this. So what I'm saying is that Land Rover is no worse than any other vehicle. Perhaps Range Rovers are, because they're an awful lot more complicated. The Disco 2, to my mind, is the last of the agricultural discos. Although the TD5 is a bit tedious. Right, okay. That's tightened that off. So we've got the pipe back on. Should be another bolt from there. Now I need to come round to you. We're going to pop that one in there. That's a little bit right place. There's one missing to start with, so we've only got one to put in. I think it's an 8mm. Right, EGR replaced. Right, that leaves the fan first. Make sure we're getting it the right way around. Going to go down there. It fastens at the top. And there. Oh yes, this plastic part goes on top of that. Right, okay then. This should be fun because
it seems to just be wobbling about to me.
that's what you're doing. To get it started. Right, to cancel it there. Okay, we've got it started. Wind it on. Okay. Get your special spanners. Get these bad boys. 20 quid, well spent. Right. This one goes over the nuts. Okay, so show us your nuts. The thing is now, because it's fan belts, there we've got it. Right, that goes on there, and the other one is on the back, and goes on there, and then you go. And that's that. Simple as that. Right, fans on, shrouds on. Need the intercooler pipe back, that's on there. It's that way. Oh yes, straight on. That was a good sign. It goes that way. Intercooler pipe return. Screwdriver missing naturally. It's on the floor. Right, now this is a second-hand alternator, so I don't expect it to last forever. A couple of years would be nice, but only time will tell. It does make better sense to get a reconditioned one if you're going to be doing a lot of mileage. There's this clip down here now. Just put on that way around. I can barely see it. I'm going to do a little series on what things to look out for when you buy one of these things, solely based on my experience. Right, that's the two clips on for the intercooler hose. What, anything I've forgotten? I'm going to put this housing back. I can't find the. I've got the bloody bolts. Here we are. Two of them.
Oh, can't see him.
One goes in there. The other one goes in there. I'm really pleased to see it's a crosshead screwdriver. Actually, I got one on the floor, that's handy. Of course, it's always risky replacing everything before you've tested it. But I'm so confident. It's okay, right. Let's just use that bit. And there. And there. That bit goes there. This bit is for the battery. Right, this is the fun bit. I'm now going to reconnect the battery. Next object is battery. Yeah, first of all, I neglected to check where the earth wire was. I should have pulled that through sooner. There, look. Because this goes on there. It's in two pieces. Is that bit there? It's on there like that. And put that back on. That's probably a 10 mil. Okay, right, this is it. We're going to reconnect this wire. There shouldn't be any sparking. Good.
Moving out of the way.
No, there was before when I took it off. That's why I had to disconnect it. So that's a good sign. That is really good. I'm that confident I'm going to tighten the battery post. Looking good. Random selection of spanners. Keep going. Best out of 3. Vacuum connected, both ends, power on, earth
There's
on.
a rental stuck there.
And that's just so the jack rattling against the. That's it. That's the brain. Yes, yeah. While we're here, this is the ECU. This bit. One of the jobs you may have to do is change the injector loom inside here. Number of little bolts, hose, and then the top comes off, and the injector loom is inside. It's just connected. It comes out here, the wiring goes in, ends up in the bottom red plug on this little silver box. You usually find it's full of oil. How jolly! That's when you know you're going to have to change the injector harness, so change it there. There will still be oil in the wiring for blooming ages. There always is. Every so often got to whip the thing out, pull the plug out, spray it, put it back. You'll notice the improvement. Right.
Why have we got two dusters though there?
That's all I could find. Right, this is the fun bit. This is the testing. Everything's out of the way. Right, I'm going to get the key. Now you can see ignition on. Right, alternator light is there. When they fail, for some obscure reason, it shelf checks, the light comes on, goes straight out. Because there's so many, you don't notice. Right, I'm going for it. Don't know about you, but I'm happy with that. It did what it was supposed to, and it's gone out as it should. Thing is, there's so many lights, it just gets mind blowing. You've got to look out for it. When I did look out for it, that's what it did. It self-checked, then disappeared before I even started the engine. And that's what it does. Because it doesn't come on, you think, okay, everything's okay. It's not. That's one of the faults. It does. Right, I did some really weird stuff when the alternator was going. We're happy to see he's not doing that now. Let's go have a look. Right. So obviously one job is going to be that tightening up fan belt. We'll have to change that. That's good. We're happy there. Pop that back out in the lead. So there, we'll have a look underneath. Well, it's good and draft down there. Good. Right, so that's the baby you watch out for. Fan-bloody-tastic. Right, obviously I'm going to have to change that fan belt at some point. Probably quite soon. Right, that's how I've changed an alternator. Probably not the best way. That bottom bracket didn't have to come off really. You just undo the tensioner pulley, that'll probably do it. That's okay, I've done that, so I'm fine. I wasn't happy with it. It's a difficult job. I'm not that strong. Right, I'm going to put these guards back. Tidy up and job's a good one. Right, so I hope this is useful for somebody. So, well, I hope it's useful for somebody. So anyway, see you next time. Bye.